5 years and an estimated $451 million later, Honeywell will complete its cleanup of Onondaga Lake today. The company, formerly Allied Chemical, was ordered to help revitalize the area after decades of dumping toxic chemicals in the lake that began in 1946. Since 2012, Honeywell has dredged and capped hundreds of yards of the lake bottom and worked with other organizations to rebuild wildlife habitat, something of which Center Director for the Montezuma Audubon Center, Chris Lejeski, is very proud.
Together, we've restored about 90 acres of shoreline and wetland habitats that are now being utilized by over 100 bird species and a great variety of fish, reptile, amphibian, and mammal species as well.
While more and more wildlife may be returning here to Onondaga Lake, General Counsel for the Onondaga Nation, Joe Heath, says that despite the cleanup efforts, there is still a lot of work to be done.
So yes, we've made improvements. The problem is most of the improvements are very superficial and gloss over and cover up the fundamental toxins that remain in place.
Heath says that between 80 and 90% of the toxic chemicals dumped by Allied still remain in and around the lake. And for the sake of the Haudenosaunee people, who regard the lake as one of its most sacred cultural sites, and for future generations, he says it is simply unacceptable.
Part of the job of the nation and this office on their behalf is to try to remind people that we're not getting a good enough result, that 20 to 30 years from now, our children will have to come back and revisit this and ask to have it really cleaned up.
While many feel that the lake is far from clean, others are excited by the prospects of these reconstructed ecosystems. But one thing that most can agree upon, steps, however small, have been taken in the right direction. In Liverpool, Nick Dugan, NCC News.